how would you describe what makes you a successful entrepreneur?
Belief.
Just belief?
There's a lot of pieces of anybody that makes them who they are.
Yeah.
But belief has to come before ability. You got to believe in something. And belief is contagious. And if you truly believe in something, you have conviction in what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, you can get people behind you. We couldn't do anything if we didn't have a team, starting with my wife, Emily, and our president, Jared, and our players and our coaches and our cast and our staff of hundreds that travel to every city. But they believe in it. And you know the reason they believe in it is because we believe in it at the top. And we believe in it for the right reasons. I'm not interested in how much revenue we can make or any of that. I'm interested in creating fans and doing it the right way. I'm obsessed with the idea of creating fans, and I want to create 1 billion fans. I don't care. We've been valued at $1 billion. I don't want to be $1 billion brand. I want to create 1 billion fans. And the only way we're going to do is we're focused on one fan at a time, and we create fans first moments every single night. Every week we talk about this. When we pull up to a stadium, whether it's Yankee Stadium or it's an NFL stadium, we bring our whole staff together before we start, and we talk about the fans' first messages and and who we are, what we stand for. We recognize people that created fans' first moments the previous week. Then at the end of our show, the next day, we're playing 2 shows. We bring everyone together. We recognize, and we shout out the fans' first moments. We talk about fans first. Then on Tuesday staff chat, we talk about our fans' first principles. We talk more about fans first. We believe the reason we are here is because of our fans and what we do for them and how we make them feel. And so that's all we talk about. We believe in it. And when I wrote down 5 years ago, we're going to sell out Fenway Park, I believed in it. And I told people. When I told them we're going to sell out NFL stadiums, I said, we're going to do it. Because here's why. Because we're doing it for the right reasons. We're going to create a fan experience that's truly special. We're going to get up in that upper deck in the nosebleeds and create an experience that people have never felt in the upper deck before. That's
amazing.
And when you spread that and you share that, you know, when we had our first Major League Stadium in Houston, we took all 200 of our staff up to the furthest seats away in the upper deck. And we said, people saying we're getting too big for our britches. We're not going to be successful because we're not an intimate show anymore. I go, the reason we're here is going to be focused on one fan at a time. We're going to do the same thing here in this upper deck.
What is the reaction of those fans up in the upper level when you went up there?
They're surprised. I go up there every game. Me personally, I spend 2 innings there up every game. But think about this. That first game in Houston, our head coach, right after that talk, he started writing thank you letters and signing them and putting them in different seats in the upper deck all the way around. So when a fan shows up, not only will they see a player later, a cast member, they're getting a personalized letter from our head coach thanking them for being with us. It's the examples. We didn't tell our coach to do that. Everyone's challenged every day to create a unique fans first moment, do something they haven't done before.
How many people would you guess those fans in the upper deck, when you go up there, whether the first time you all did it or now you do it every time, and you're up there in the nosebleeds, how many people would you guess that they tell in that following week about that?
I'm sure a lot, and I'm sure when I go up there now, it's a fun reaction. They all start yelling. There's cameras up, and again, I think that's what marketing is, and to an extent, it's create a remarkable experience. Don't focus on what you say, focus on what you do. We tell every night, win the upper deck. Do for one what you wish you could do for many, and we'll bring people from the upper deck right down to the dugout. I remember a fan. We were in Cincinnati, playing at the Cincinnati Red Stadium. And a gentleman comes up to me and he said, this is our first show. Thank you so much. But, we got standing room only, but it's really tough to see. My kids are small and we're up here. And I go, all right, come with me. They're like, where? I go, we're going to the dugout. We got to go now because I'm on the field in about a half inning. And so all of a sudden, this dad and his 2 kids and his wife are running with me. And they're coming down in an elevator. And all of a sudden, they're in the dugout with all the players. And they're looking up at it. And I go, enjoy. They go, how long is there? I go, the rest of the game, whatever you want. Enjoy. And again, I want our whole team is empowered to create those moments.
Yes.
And I think, when you asked about the makeup, it is belief and a singular focus on what really matters.
Yes.
And it's how we make people feel.
Yeah.
And if that's all we talk about, and that's what we do, and we're not afraid, I'm fearless. I'm certainly fearless. And our teams become fearless. Because when you do something hard, it may go wrong, but you're going to get better.
Yeah.
And you're going to learn.
That's right.
Doing our first college football stadium at Clemson with 81,000 people, I had no idea how we were going to do that. It was hard. It was really hard. But then we did it.
Yeah.
And then we were ready for the next one.
Oh,
so that's kind of the mindset.
We're going to get you right back to our conversation, but first, your info is all over the internet. And chances are data broker sites are selling it to online scammers. That's why you need to check out Delete Me. This isn't about being paranoid. It's about protecting yourself. Delete Me is the industry leader at scrubbing your info from the internet so that you can breathe easier when you spend time online. You can save 20% at joindeleteme.com/front row seat. So annual plans are just $9 a month. That's joindeleteme.com/front row seat. You have said one of my biggest fears is to be misrepresented. Or at least that's what I see as
there's a few. I have a few fears, but yes, that's one of them.
That's right. What did you mean by that? And then where does that come from?
Perception. Perception hurts. So, I mean, there's been memes and images of me behind bars because of our ticket pricing. That's a misrepresentation.
Yeah.
Our tickets at major league stadiums are $40, $50, and $60 with no ticket fees, no convenience fees, no service fees. We've been told by every consultant in the world to charge our tickets at $200 to $300 where they're valued at, because our average ticket in the secondary market is going between $300 to $400. Even some tickets went for as high as $1,000, and that hurts me in my core. And we're going to put a stop to that. We're going to figure that out. But the reality is that misperception, that misunderstanding, it hurts when people say, oh, look at what he's charging. Look at the greed. Look at what I don't know what's in our bank account. I could care less about the dollars. I want to create something that's really remarkable and memorable. So I think that is a fear of that misunderstanding. But I also realize anybody that does something truly special that's different will be misunderstood. And if you look throughout history, everyone's misunderstood. I mean, Walt Disney was, Snow White was called Disney's Folly. It was going to be a huge failure. The first ever full-length animated film. It's one of the most successful in time. I mean, even his wife, his brother, everyone said Disneyland was going to fail. You're always going to be that. So I've become more numb to it and understanding that's just part of the process. But I like people to know where our heart is. And that's why I share so much personal content of after games, before games, who we are, what we're about, more than probably any owner ever would or ever should. But I believe that personal connection and understanding the heart of this organization is very valuable. And also Bob Iger taught me this, and I was very fortunate to get a chance to talk with him one-on-one a couple weeks ago. But he said in his book, when you get such a big company, you often have to lead by press release because you can't connect with 60,000, 100,000, 200,000, however many employees they have. So he'd lead, this is where Disney's going. And so the more I can share videos and thoughts on what's going on in my mind and what I think about and where we're going, what we're trying to do, it also can help our team as we're hiring new people every single day. So I think about that. I'm trying to defeat the misperceptions and with the focus on the truth.
What do you think from your environment growing up to your experiences along the way, what do you think shaped this unbelievable drive for a guy who's so successful to go, I don't even know how much is in the bank account. All I care about is making people feel something positive. Yeah. Do you know, can you point to anything that shapes that? Because it's a driving desire. It's obvious.
I was an only child. My parents got divorced. My dad got custody of me and helped raise me. We had the connection with baseball. And what was interesting is my dad praised me based on often accomplishments. So for instance, if I did really well in school, they have a PTO conference, I'd have baseball cards in my desk. I was like, yeah, I did it. If I hit home runs, I'd get, a couple dollars or whatever. And that kind of built, if you look at my Enneagram, most people think I'm driven by happiness, but I'm driven by achievement and accomplishment. Yeah. And so I think as a kid, I was just a kid trying to make his dad proud.
Yeah.
My dad worked really hard. He worked really hard, and often I'd be alone in the mornings, and I'd wait till he'd get home, and we'd go to the field, and I just wanted to make my dad proud.
Yeah.
And it grew. Even when I got into working, I still that kid, and I think now I want to make my kids proud. I want to make my wife proud, and so I think that's still a driver for me. But then also, you're the average of the people you spend your time around. What's interesting is people would say, "Oh, well, your team." No, it's Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
WWE, Cirque du Soleil, SNL. I read constantly from the greatest innovators of our time. And that's all I think about.
So good.
And so then that drives me with the idea of trying to make the people that I love proud. Yeah. And so you put that together, and I think that's how we're able to make it happen.
I'm so glad you said it. I think we overlook our ability to get in proximity of people that we'll never sit with personally.
More than ever, and especially with podcasts and videos. I mean, we are the luckiest generation in the world. Every day we can learn directly from the source. If I can imagine being alive with Walt Disney, and he was doing podcasts about how he built Disney. Are you kidding me? I mean, P.T. Barnum, he wrote books, but in a whole different way if he could talk to you directly. We get that every single day. We can listen to Bezos talk about how he built Amazon. Are you kidding me? I feel so grateful that every day I surround myself with that. Your input affects your output. And every day, if you have this amazing input, this inspirational input, you can achieve anything.
If you enjoyed this highlight, click here to check out the full episode.